So it's nice to see some of these more unusual liveries being commissioned by retailers. Everything about this is really, really well done. Certainly these are an incredible triple pack and one that's sure to sell out really quickly. Welcome back to Jennifer Kirk Model Railways. I'm Jenny Kirk, welcoming you up here to Weir Yard, and it's great to see you. I do hope you're well. Now today we're going to be looking at some special commissions from Malcs Models, which is a model shop in Ilkeston, and we do have a link in the description box to their website to help you find the wagons that are featured in today's video. Now, unusually, they've commissioned a triple pack of wagons based on prototypes of the Shipley Colliery Company. And interestingly, these are in 3 different scales. They've done 00, based around the Rapido Trains 1907 Railway Clearinghouse wagons, which were recently released, and in N gauge, based around the Pico versions of a similar wagon. They also did TT120, but they haven't sent over a triple pack of TT120 for one very good reason. They've actually sold out already. They've proved so popular that actually the TT120 just went out the door as soon as they arrived. But Malcs Models have very kindly sent over the 00 and the N gauge versions. So today, come with me and we're going to take a good close look at these special commissions. And as I said before, I'm always a huge fan of shops that do things like this in the hobby. It's a great way to get some amazing variety and of course a good way to support a local model shop that's prepared to put its money where its mouth is and bring new models to the hobby for enthusiasts to be able to buy. Don't forget to hit the like button as we go through this video and consider sharing it to social media as well. And if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel and ringing the notification bell to be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up. But let's get on and take a look at these all new commissions from Malcs Models and see just how they square up. Today's video comes in association with Trainomatic, makers of DCT decoders and accessories that are designed by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. Find the full range available to order now at tramfabriek.co.uk. Additional support comes from...
This is Clark Railworks, and this is what we do. You'll know us from Ellis Clark Trains, and you'll get the same friendly expertise with us too. We've got a huge range of pre-owned model railways from all your favourite manufacturers, and maybe some you hadn't heard of before. It's the place to come for quality. We don't stock substandard models, and everything we sell is fully tested and photographed by model railway experts. No matter whether you model 00 gauge, N, HO or more, we have sought after models from all around the world with new listings added every weekday. Check out what's available now at clarkrailworks.com and don't miss out on your latest logo.
Today it's Malcs Models in Ilkeston who have commissioned quite an extensive set of 3 different scales of 3 different wagons. Now these all come as a triple pack and they very kindly sent over the 00 gauge version and the N gauge version. Now I suspect they would have sent over the TT one as well, which they've commissioned, but they've actually sold out really quickly, and it just goes to show that there is plenty of support for this new scale to the UK. The fact that they've sold out all of the TT versions of the wagons, and we have said quite often here on the channel that TT is definitely going places. So I'm going to be taking a look at the 00 gauge version and the N gauge version, and as far as I'm aware these are exactly the same liveries of wagons but just catering for the different scales. The 00 gauge version here are commissioned from Rapido Trains UK, and they actually come with an outer slip case that has the Malcs Models branding on the side with the artwork depicting the 3 different wagons, and you can see there we've got number 354 in red oxide, number 1522 in red, and number 1569 in black. They're not just different numbers on the same wagon, which is something that I really do like the look of. And again, we've got there the catalogue number 967232 with A, B and C on the end, just to differentiate them. They're in the standard Rapido Trains boxes, and we've just got the little colour swatch at the side here to let you know that these are produced exclusively for Malcs Models in Ilkeston, and we do have a link down below to help you find both the N gauge and the 00 gauge versions that they have commissioned. So the Monday Club wagon itself is from Rapido Trains, and certainly was very impressed with those, and these are following on in the same vein. So I'm going to get them all three out of the box, and then we're going to take a good close look at the different liveries. Out of the packet, these are the 7-plank end-door tipping versions of Rapido's 1907 Railway Clearinghouse designed wagons. Now, we've reviewed the base wagon before on the channel, and I really was quite impressed with them. So it's nice to see some of these more unusual liveries being commissioned by retailers. And as always, I do love to be able to support retailers who've put their money where their mouth is and commissioned these special items. Now, the first one of these three that we're going to look at is the black one. Now, black was a very common colour for private owner wagons, certainly in the 1920s, 1930s. And essentially with these we get quite a simple livery as per the prototype, with Shipley written in large uppercase letters across the top, and then collieries to the left and limited to the right, with a running number 1569. And then down here in a kind of curly script, we've got empty to coppice colliery, load 10 tons, and then on the other side we've got the tare weight there, which is the 741. Underneath, this is really quite impressive. We've got the LMS plate on here. Now, these were plates that private owner wagons got to basically signify that they'd passed all of the criteria to be able to run on the national railways, and they would be registered with one of the big four companies during the 1923 to 1948 period. And then next to that we've got this quite ornate works plate, and I'm assuming that's the build works plate, but it's a little bit difficult on the camera viewfinder to just see what that says, and it will be interesting to see that under quite a close look. The date on the wagon, incidentally, I can just about read that, 1924, so this wagon would have been built and registered in the early LMS period, and with it having the highest number of the three wagons, that probably explains the slightly more utilitarian black livery that this wagon carries. It's crisp, it's sharp, and definitely, as we saw with the main range versions of these, the tooling really is sharp and a joy to look at. We've got these metal wheels, and these sit in metal cups inside the W-irons, which means that they are incredibly free running, and it also means that you won't get, with a lot of running, wear inside the W-irons. It's something that certainly wagons that I bought in the early 2000s, which have done a lot of running over the years, I have actually found that they slowly wear the hole in the end of the W-irons slightly oval, and you end up with ultimately the wheel sets can actually just drop out, which is no good thing. So these metal bearing cups not only give you incredibly good free running, but also prevent any kind of wear. Couplings are slimline tension locks in an M pocket. We don't have sprung buffers, but they are pretty fine turned metal and finished in the base colour. The inside of the wagon, we've got a representation of some of the internal strapping. Let's just look and see. Yeah, we've got a representation, actually quite a nice representation, of the end tipping door there, which is something I'm not sure that I've particularly seen on wagons tooled by other manufacturers. and it actually does look as if that end tipping door is a separately fitted piece, and that might be how they've been able to get all of this relief detail into the tooling. The actual colour with this faded washed out wood colour does look good. It's a good representation of what would actually be unpainted wood that had faded in the sun and been used and abused. Now these other two wagons, I'm going to show them side by side because I wanted to show that these are not actually exactly the same colour. They're billed as being red and red oxide, and again it gives you a nice subtle difference in the lifespan of the wagons of this colliery. And I'm going to look at number 1522 first. Now that is not that many before the black one that we've just looked at, so I'm just looking at the build date on there, and that looks to be, I think that's it's either 1916 or 1918 we've got on this plate. You can see it's a different plate. They've used a different printing on there to represent the differing prototype. And I'm just going to look down the side there. And yeah, they are both on wooden underframes. I was just seeing if there's any difference between the two. But on this red version, you can see a lot of the strapping is now picked out in black, and it really does accentuate a lot of the detail. We've got the drop shadowing on the lettering, and I think this really does look amazing. It gives a real sense of depth, as it would have done on the prototype. And the printing of the white lettering is crisp and sharp, and we don't have any bleed through of the red. Certainly that's something that can afflict red wagons with white printing, that unless they do multiple passes to ensure depth of the white, you can see the red bleeding through, but we don't get that on this. Indeed, where it overstraddles the black strapping as well, we've got a crisp and clean finish. And again, we've got the empty to coppice colliery, load 10 tonnes, and a slightly lower tear weight of 616.1. And again, we've got that rather interesting works plate down here, which, again, I'm looking forward to seeing what that actually says under magnification. I can see that the letters do look reasonably crisp, I just can't read them on the viewfinder. Again, we've got those really free-running wheels, and we've got the brakes on each side of the wagon. Now these are hand brakes. There's no additional bar across the bottom, and that means that the real wagons of these, you would have braked them from one side or the other. It wouldn't have been a dual acting handbrake. Looking to the red oxide version, this is the lowest running number, and again I want to show you some of the differences. You can see there that the spacing on the letters is slightly different between the two, and I do like that. It's just subtle differences like this that show the attention to detail. They haven't reused any of the printing. Instead, what we've got here is bespoke printing to each specific wagon as based on photographs of the real thing. Looking to the sole bar, we've got again a works plate here. Can't quite read that. That also looks like 1916, but it'll be interesting just to see what that looks like under close magnification. And we've got a different builder's plate on here too. So gone is that one with a little dog inside it, and we've got this that's just plain text. Again, I can't read it, but you can see it is crisp and sharp. And again, drop shadowing. The interior detail of these is superb. I do like the fact that they've got the full detailing on this end tipping door. So that's really, really nice. Now the price tag on the triple pack, these are £94.95 for 3 wagons, and these are exclusively available from Malcs Models in Ilkeston. I'm going to quickly look now to the N-gauge wagons, and these are made entirely in the UK by Pico. So I'm just going to cut the banding just so I can get into them. And you can see that each of these, we've got the same livery options as we saw on each of these 3 wagons, so faithfully again copying the prototype. Catalogue numbers on the N-gauge wagons are NRC-11, and again 7 plank Shipley Colliery Company 3-pack. And looking to the wagons, these are an exact duplicate in livery to the 00 gauge versions, as you would expect, but Pico have done an incredible job on these. So you look there, and really it's only the size of my hand and the couplings that are giving away that this is in fact an N-gauge wagon. It's really crisp and clean, and certainly all of that detail is really nicely picked out. But I can see the fidelity on those works plates on the sole bar really is quite incredible. There's much less underframe detail on these, but to be honest, you're never going to see that anyway, so I wouldn't view that as being a big problem. We've got metal tyres on the wheels. They look to be plastic centres and then metal axles. These are really, really free running. They're actually clipped in the centre and only as a dummy into the W-irons. And then we've got the standard N-gauge style couplings, and these actually come out really easily, which allow you to put in couplings of your choice. I actually personally prefer the Hunt magnetic couplings for wagons of this kind of size. Everything about this is really, really well done, and certainly for an N-gauge wagon, the detail really is very, very crisp, and I'm really impressed with them. Looking to the black liveried example, again, we've got that great replication of that livery. And just looking again, we've got that really quite strange works plate. And I can see, even though I can't read it, I can see the layout of these plates is exactly the same as what we saw on the 00 gauge version. It really is incredibly well done. There are a couple of discrepancies that I can just see there. The positioning of the tare weight is slightly further over to the left on the N gauge than it was on the 00 gauge, but really we're just splitting hairs at that. Looking to the final wagon here, number 1522 in the red livery, and again you can see it's crisp and it's sharp. I really do like the drop shadowing on this lettering and the picking out of all of that strapping detail. Certainly these are an incredible triple pack, and one that's sure to sell out really quickly. We've got a price on these of £54.99 for the triple pack, so that's 3 wagons that you get for that. And certainly thank you so much to Malcs Models of Ilkeston for giving us the opportunity to review their latest special commissions. It should also be noted that Malcs Models have exclusively commissioned a number of other items as well, which are perfect for TT120 modelers. The Burco Colour Light Signal range has expanded into TT120 exclusively to Malcs Models. And these signals really are good. I've used the 00 versions here on Weir Yard, and you'll have seen them in quite a few of the videos, and they are definitely a really great addition to any model railway scene, easy to wire up and certainly very, very effective in use. What's interesting too is that Malcs Models, in conjunction with TTC Diecast, have commissioned Scenecraft to produce a range of these buildings. These are the resin Scenecraft buildings, and these are going to be available in TT120, and as you can see they're going to be to the same high standard that we've already seen from Scenecraft in both 00 and O gauge, so really looking forward to them. We've got some prices listed here, and actually not too badly priced for what you get. You know that the quality is going to be pretty good because they're coming from Scenecraft. Well, I hope you really enjoyed today's video, found it informative. Don't forget, we've got that link in the description box that takes you to Malcs Models website, where you can find these models available to order. They've also got that full range of TT120 models, which are either available now or forthcoming, so it's never been a better time to expand your layout if you've chosen to follow this comparatively new to the UK scale. I'd also love to hear from you in the comment section down below, especially if you're a TT120 modeler. It's always great to hear from you guys and just see how many of you are dipping your toe in this relatively new scale for the UK. Leave a comment down below, it's always good to hear from you. And also I'd love to hear from anybody who's picked up these triple packs from Malcs Models. Please like, share and subscribe, and you can also head on over to Patreon and help support the channel to make the new videos that you want to see. But until next time, this is me, Kirk, saying it's been an absolute honour to have your company, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye for now. Today's video comes in association with Tramfabriek, makers of DCC decoders and accessories that are designed by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. Find the full range available to order now at tramfabriek.co.uk. Additional support is provided by...
This is Clark Railworks, and this is what we do. You'll know us from Malcs Clark Trains, and you'll get the same friendly expertise with us too. We've got a huge range of pre-owned model railways from all your favourite manufacturers, and maybe some you hadn't heard of before. It's the place to come for quality. We don't stock substandard models, and everything we sell is fully tested and photographed by model railway experts. No matter whether you model 00 gauge, N, HO or more, we have sought after models from all around the world with new listings added every weekday. Check out what's available now at clarkrailworks.com and don't miss out on your latest logo.
I'd like to thank everybody over on Patreon, and an extra special huge thanks goes out to our Patreon heroes. Without you guys over on Patreon, we really wouldn't be able to keep making the video content that you see on this channel. And don't forget that you can also head on over to patreon.com/JenniferKirk and check out the different tiers of rewards. Thank you so much. You are absolute legends.